Welcome back. We're live. Today I'm talking about Tirzepatide. It's a new diabetes drug that's going through trials right now, and it might have some big impact on the weight loss industry and healthcare in general. So Tirzepatide is right there. I'm going to go over the studies, the results, what it means, things to look out for, and a couple quotes and insights. And then tomorrow, or very soon, I'm going to release a video on comparing it to other weight loss injection drugs. So let's look at the first quote here from one of the researchers on the trial. Tirzepatide is delivering unprecedented results that could help millions of people with type 2 diabetes and their healthcare providers reach A1C and weight goals, both key measures of diabetes management. And that's a quote from Dr. Landau, one of the researchers of Tirzepatide. So stick around. You want to know how this once weekly injectable treatment for type 2 diabetes and weight loss could affect you. So if it's your first time here, hi, thanks for coming. My name is Reggie Wilson. I'm the founder of Fit for Freelance, where I build adaptive business leaders through compassionate health coaching. I also have a freelance medical writing company. So I pay attention to these kinds of things. I want people to know what kind of weight loss options are available. And it's always exciting for me to break down some of the medical news that's happening so people can use and understand it. All right, so this Tirzepatide study came out at the 81st American Diabetes Association Scientific Sessions, June earlier this year. And basically what Tirzepatide is a glucose-dependent insulinotropic polypeptide and GLP-1 receptor agonist. And I'll put a link in the description below or above about semaglutide and these other GLP-1 receptor agonists and how they affect your appetite, slow your gastric emptying. They have a lot of impact on a lot of different organs in your body, and basically it's going to lead to weight loss and insulin secretion. Right. So I don't want to get too far into that right now. A1C test, what they're testing it for, test the percentage of your red blood cells that have sugar-coated hemoglobin, basically. And the numbers that you're looking for here, your normal A1C is 5.7% or lower. There's a pre-diabetes in between 5.7 and 6.5, and diabetic is 6.5 and above. All right. And so what they found with this study, I'm giving you a speed run. You can read more. I'll put a link in the description to the actual study too. The SURPASS trials 1, 2, 3, and 5 for Tirzepatide got A1C levels less than 5.7. So that's within normal limits. And there's all about half of the people who did Tirzepatide injections had that great impact for diabetic treatments. And then the SURPASS 2 trial, what they did is they had a 40-week phase 3 trial with about 2,000 patients, an average duration of diabetes 8.6 years. So the patients who had diabetes, or the people who participated in the study, had diabetes for an average of 8.3 years. And they studied it in them, and they were finding that it reduced A1C levels by a lot, down to normal levels for about half of the people. And here's the thing. So they also compared it to semaglutide, the Wegovy weight loss injection that was approved earlier this year. And they found an average weight loss with a 15 milligram weekly injection was 27.3 pounds with Tirzepatide. So it's about 12 kilograms. And they found a similar but lesser effect with people who were on the 5 milligram dose and a 10 milligram weekly dose injections with the Tirzepatide. So what that means, if you're following at home, if this makes sense, give me a like, could be a valuable tool for your health team and outcomes. Okay, because if you have a lower appetite, if you're able to manage your eating habits, how you're metabolizing foods, your appetite, emotional eating, anything like that, and that affects your nutrition, that's going to impact your obesity or risk of obesity. And obesity is a risk factor in type 2 diabetes, and that can have huge impacts on your quality of life. You could be taking daily injections for insulin or having other necessary treatments that were potentially preventable with more preventive measures in terms of nutrition and exercise. Okay, so I'm not a doctor. You want to ask your health care provider as these things develop, what they think, if it fits into your weight loss program. Some of the drawbacks about Tirzepatide, the cost, It's probably going to be dependent on taking weekly injections, side effects, yo-yo effect, and doesn't build confidence. So I can go through those one by one. They don't know how much it's going to cost at all. There's no estimates yet because they need to make sure that it is safe to use. Probably depending on taking weekly injections. If you, a lot of times, if you take a medication for weight loss, especially these newer purposed injectable diabetes treatments, that's going to be dependent on your continued use, or else if you haven't changed your habits underneath that, or you haven't set goals that you're building towards, then that's going to affect kind of like the check mark where you drop all the weight. And then as soon as you stop taking that medication, you gain that weight back because you haven't really changed anything significant. Something else, side effects, those are going to be huge, is nausea, indigestion, pretty much anything you would take Pepto for. You could be taking a medication that would provoke those, and that could be very uncomfortable. And then the big one for me is it doesn't build confidence. So if you are just injecting things or taking, to me, it's like a shortcut in terms of weight loss. So that can be really good if you need to lose weight quickly. In terms of quality of life and confidence, you want to go through a process where you have that self-esteem boost from knowing that you made a change to impact your outcome, if that makes sense. Leave a like if that makes sense to you here. And then two other things, is not approved yet. They are estimating maybe in 2022, Tirzepatide will be ready. And then it's 40 weeks of injections to lose 27 pounds. And if you follow me on YouTube, you'll see yesterday I posted a success story with one of my clients who lost 20 pounds in 14 weeks, no injections. So kind of keeping that in proportion could be very significant, right? Because if you have to take a weekly injection for 40 weeks to lose 27 pounds, when if you change your health habits, you build that confidence, you can lose 1.5 to 2 pounds pretty simply with some simple changes, then that's going to be something to factor in for your decision making. And so I do have a comment prompt for you here. Would you get weekly weight loss injections? And I've asked this before when we were talking about semaglutide, the Ozempic injection. It's not the craziest idea. So I want to hear what you have to say about that. If you think that's something that you would be interested in, leave a comment for me, please. And if you're ready to start today without injections, the guilt-free framework builds confidence, realistic focus, and accountability to reach your weight loss goals. I have some links in the description. I have the 7-day health habits tryout at the plant-based training camp. All these are free programs, so you can just try something new. That way you don't have to wait until 2022 and a new weight loss injection happens. I've got the links in the description below. So that is my quick summary of Tirzepatide for weight loss. It's really interesting. I'm looking forward to giving you an update when more information comes out. That's why I put the 2021, because who knows what's going to happen. Could be a huge factor in the weight loss industry. So if you saw this and it made sense to you, that is a skill, as a practice. So give me a like, and I would appreciate your subscription and following me and checking out my free programs. Thanks for watching. Keep practicing. Bye.